As I record this video right now, the world is shocked that all of a sudden reality is hitting the stock market. And at the worst possible time for the entertainment business as well, they were already headed the wrong direction anyway. And one of their ways out of it is to get people to consume more of their products. And they're resorting to pretty much everything they can think of to make that happen. I don't think they're picking the right things, but let's take a look at the latest story and make that decision amongst all of us. Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery have revealed the price for their new sports streaming service, which is VENU, or VENU, or however you want to say it. It's spelled VENU. And while I did mention this on a 6-Minute Daily recently, I really was shocked to discover the actual price, which is monthly and is rather disgusting, because I can't imagine what they'll offer to make it worth it. Let me make my point. Disney, Fox, and Warner Brothers Discovery's new sports streaming service, VENU, is launching this fall at a price of $42.99 a month. The trio of media giants announced this on Thursday, and I was taken aback. You probably were too. Considered by some to be the equivalent of Hulu for sports, in fact, I think that's what Jonas over at That Park Place was calling it almost immediately, VENU will include games from NFL, NBA, MLB, NHL, WNBA, which nobody watches, and NASCAR, and of course, college sports, which a lot of people watch, as well as golf, tennis, and soccer. Lots of people watch soccer. Besides games, there will be studio shows, pre- and post-game programming, and access to ESPN's 30 for 30 library, ESPN films and documentaries from Fox Sports Films. So you'll be able to get a lot of interesting programming, but will you get value? We'll see. The platform is going to feature offerings from 14 linear networks: ESPN, ESPN2, ESPNU, SEC Network, ACC Network, ESPN News, ABC, Fox, FS1, FS2, Big Ten Network, TNT, TBS, True TV, as well as ESPN Plus. Now, I read through a lot of things rather quickly. What you'll notice is the last few networks, TNT, TBS, True TV, those are all controlled by Warner Brothers Discovery. The problem is, unless they were able to somehow get their hands back on NBA, I'm not sure what value you're going to get out of TNT, TBS, and True TV. I don't think there is any, and I don't think they'll be part of this bundle very long. Subscribers will have the ability to bundle the product with Disney Plus, Hulu, and or Max. We will launch at a compelling price point that will appeal to the cord cutter and cord never fans currently not served by existing pay TV packages. This is VENU Sports CEO Pete Dystad. Which, let me tell you something. This venture is not going to last very long. If you are Pete, you need to be planning your exit. You need to have a golden parachute, and you need to realize that at the end of the 3 years that this thing is probably given life, you need to be doing very, very well. VENU Sports is coming amid increased competition in the business of streaming sporting events. The industry giants include Amazon and Netflix, each striking deals with various sports leagues to add content to their streaming customers. Whether it's sports or more general programming, entertainment and media giants like Comcast-owned NBC Universal, Warner Brothers Discovery, and Paramount Global, which is the parent company of CBS, have struggled to turn a profit on streaming given the hefty costs of producing content. Those companies trail Netflix, which achieved critical mass and profitability before its streaming rivals. Well, of course they did. They've been at it for decades. They were also, just recently diving into the original content game, and instead of weighing in on their catalog of amazing offerings, well, they went out and rented everybody else's. The networks, the NBCs, the Disneys, all of these companies could have certainly just started a streaming service that depended upon their catalog, not focusing so much on originals. But again, lots of mistakes were made, and streaming, well, was always a fool's game. Back to the article. But while VENU Sports Service touts a big game, anyone who signs up will actually miss a ton of games, which is true, particularly in football and basketball, said Richard Greenfield, the analyst at Lightshed Partners, who you should be listening to because, while other people listen to that person, they listen to Lightshed. Greenfield and other analysts point out that under VENU's deal, the New York Giants and the Philadelphia Eagles fans would miss 5 televised games, while the Dallas Cowboy fans would miss 4. That's because those Giants, Eagles, and Cowboys games are scheduled this upcoming season to be broadcast on networks such as CBS, NBC, NFL Network that are not affiliated with Fox, Disney, or Warner Brothers Discovery. And that's the problem with a lot of things, especially football. We find it hard to believe any real NFL fan would be okay missing 4 or 5 games out of a 17-game season, Greenfield wrote in an investor note on Thursday. Additionally, VENU will only have 1/3 of the NBA games after next season as NBC and Prime Video take over Turner's package. Now, here's the problem with that, as I mentioned before. In fact, I mentioned it early on. If this is tied up in litigation, can this bundle proceed forward? Also, this is getting a lot of scrutiny because, well, people are claiming there's issues here with antitrust, which I don't think anybody can argue. You're definitely wiping out competition in this space by creating these bundles. And, well, you're also abandoning the linear product, which I think that at some point the government's going to say, hold on. Because whether or not we want to have our airways available for broadcast television, it certainly is something that we've been doing for a very long time. It's fast, it's efficient, and it's free. It's also commercially driven, and it works on a model that the streamers, in their infinite wisdom, abandoned and had to return to, which tells you there's really value in the ability to commercialize your entertainment. The question is, at what point will people turn back to the cords? Well, I'm going to suggest that it's already happening. I'm going to tell you right now, I was willing to pay an awful lot of money via my satellite packages to catch every single sporting event. I used to watch everything. I didn't do any of the current things I do now, which includes having a channel on YouTube and doing other things in other spaces. But now my entertainment options are as diversified as ever, and they don't cost me anything. I don't spend any money really for entertainment. I have to spend money to keep up with things for this job. But if I were to stop doing this today, I would be still in possession of millions of options for entertainment for absolutely nothing. Not to mention the content library that I have collected over the entirety of my life in physical media form. The only thing that you can't collect like that is obviously live entertainment, which is primarily sports and for some people, silly, uninformed concerts and things. So that's really all you need cable or broadcast television for. It's kind of a blessing that there still is linear programming out there and shows that are scripted and not, that have some form of appeal. If I were any of these companies, I wouldn't invest $1 more in streaming. I would turn back now and drop the idea of streaming anything at all. Warner Brothers Discovery, or Warner Brothers originally, was in much better shape under the control of AT&T, despite the fact that they carried a huge debt load and seemed to be a drag on the bottom line for the larger communications company. But at the same time, they were in much better shape because they were able to monetize their premium products directly to consumers, not just through cable, but also through the ability to add a bonus for free of being able to stream said programming. That's what streaming always should have been, a free add-on. And that's why free services such as Tubi and Fubo and others are succeeding so well. Those fast channels are the way forward if you want to monetize things in a streaming manner that are really just reruns of broadcast television programming from the past and from the present. VENU will be a $42.99 dollar a month flop that I think all of us can see coming, just like we all foresaw the collapse of the paid for premium streaming. I've rambled on for quite a while, but I will ask you this question. Do you think VENU will survive more than 3 years? Do you think that streaming was a boondoggle that none of these entertainment companies could afford? And if so, when will they stop? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments section below and answer to those questions or anything else that you have to say. As always, be sure to take care of yourself, take care of others, and until next time, see ya.